Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Garbage here. First of all, I'd just like to apologize for my terrible voice. I've had a sore throat for the last couple of days, so I'm just going to have to bear with me. So I've been requested this video about an account tour, so that's what we're going to do today. So let's hop over to our champions here. I've thought about how I want to do this. I guess I'll just go over my prestige champs first, and then we'll go from there. So here we have my rank 4 Hercules. You can see he's at 180 sig levels. Yeah, I just absolutely love the champ. Such a fun time to play with. Great damage, great utility. Even though our Alliance War got cut short last season, he made it to all but one war. And I'm trying to think of how many wars there were, but I think it was like 9 or 10, I think. So it's pretty dang good to have one champ make your 3-man team almost every single war. So he is my highest prestige champ. You can see he's at the top of the roster, obviously with the rank 4 and him almost being Sig 200. He's, well, rank 3 Doom probably isn't far behind him, but just because Doom's prestige is so good. But yeah, let's go on to Doom, who was sitting at 180 for a long time. Seemed like I couldn't pull any Mystic Sig stones to get him to 200. But he is now at 200, and he gets placed on AW defense. But I love how he works. So versatile. You know, the Doom cycle to just shut opponents down. Love using him. I didn't have him for my first run of Abyss, but I think he made the team the 4 other runs since then. So that just shows you what he can do in long-term content. He's great in questing. Use him a lot in incursions. Obviously war, and it's been a while since I brought him into AQ, but he definitely can work there as well. Just a banger of a champ, and really happy to have him on my account. So I think this third one was CGR, and I know he has lots of damage, and he can do lots of stuff damage-wise, but I just don't use him that often anymore. But he's sitting at Sig 180. Yeah, I mean, he's awakened. So much damage potential, so he's there at a great rank level if I ever need to use him. Definitely no regrets taking him to rank 3, but probably doesn't get used as my other prestige champions. So moving on, I think Immortal Abomination is my 4th highest. This doesn't go by prestige, but yeah, I'm not sure if it's Falcon or Immortal Abomination that's 4th and 5th. So let's just go to Falcon. I used to use him all the time in War. I don't think he made an appearance last season, but I definitely know what he can do. He's sitting at Sig 200. Super happy. His crit rate is just crazy when locked on with the Sig 200. Not quite guaranteed crits, but he does crit an awful lot. So yeah. Then we go to our 5th prestige champ, Immortal Abomination. Just crazy good. Love having him as probably my best poison champ. And That awakened ability is nice to have. The only reason I took him up to 200 was strictly for prestige. And he might have been the first one to 200. It was either him or Falcon. But yeah, super happy to have him. Use him when he counters the nodes better than most people, but he's very sustainable. With different stuff in his kit, just to block hard to decks specials and stuff like that, and obviously his toxic aura that will just burst the opponents down with passive poison damage. Alright, now I think what we're going to do is go to this guy. So, Thing was my first 6-star pool, and my first 6-star rank 3 pool. And as you'll see going through my 6-star rank 3 roster, is one of the only ones that's unduped, and he was my first 6-star pool. So he's had the most chance to get duped out of any of my top champs. Just crazy to think about. But yeah, I had him for a while, and I was really trying to get that Throne Breaker progression title and all that comes with it. Ran a Path of Abyss and managed to pull the Science T5CC for Thing. So at that point I was like, yes, definitely taking to rank 3, getting that Throne Breaker title, and also he'll be great to have on defense for my alliance. So yeah, I would still no regrets, obviously, and I just had to show my first ever 6-star that became my first ever rank 3 6-star. So let's go to 6 stars only. Maybe I should go over the champs that I want the most that I don't have. So, let's see. Blade would be cool, but he's not available yet. Bishop is probably up there. Don't have a ranked up Bishop. Dr. Voodoo, if he ever comes available. He's a really fun champ. One of the OGs. Love to have him. Hyperion. As you can see, none of these champs that I would like, I really need. Because, I have Mystics that can do what Dr. Voodoo does. Hyperion's cool and all, but nothing that would game change in my account. Here we have Kitty, and I really, really want her. She's probably my top champ. Where were we? Had to quick get a drink. We're down to Kitty. So yeah, Kitty, love to have her. Saving up for her in the new upcoming featured. Also, I picked Mutant for my Abyss Exploration choice of 10 Champions Crystal. So I'm waiting until she gets released into Basic to hopefully, if I get really unlucky in the upcoming featured, that I could hopefully pull her there. Probably my second most wanted is Null. I've just seen the things that he can do. He'd be decent to put on defense, as well as Kitty. So I think those would be my top 2 wanted. Here we have Mr. Fantastic. I'd love to pull him. Mojo for solo competitive mode whenever that comes out. I just feel like he'd be really nice to have. Nimrod will be in the upcoming feature. I think he's cool. Not that I really need him, but I think he's cool. She-Hulk, I'd take her, sure. Ultron, Kitty, and all are my most wanted. Wolverine, Weapon X would be cool to have for defense, but that's the only time I'd use him. So you could see, outside of Ultron, Kitty, and Null as my top 3, there's really not a whole lot that I need from the list of champs that I don't have. So let's go back up. Let's see. We have Sunspot, who would actually be my... He would be in my top prestige. I'm trying to think who would be knocked out. Either Falcon or Abomination, I think. Probably Falcon. Alright, so here we have Spider-Man 2099, who I ranked up in the last month. He is where I'm dumping all my Science 6 stones. He is great at what he does, and I love playing him. Actually, let's go with like my first 5 rank 3s. So, as I mentioned, Thing was my first one. My second one was Corvus. My third, I pulled, I think 2 years ago it was, I pulled both Ghost and duped her, as well as Dr. Doom. So, Corvus Glaive was my second. Which one was my third? It was probably Ghost. And then Dr. Doom was my fourth, and after that it's just kind of a blur. Actually, no. I do remember probably one of the highlights of my MCOC career was I rank 3'd Dr. Doom and Apocalypse on the same day. I was just so pumped about that. So, let's see, we have Ghost, who, I'm pretty good at. I don't play her as much because I've got all content done, and other than the few war fights that I can bring her in for, I love using her. I just don't get to as much as I used to. Claire, second best Mystic, arguably better than Doom, depending on who you ask, but the thing I love about her, she works great with suicides and Doom doesn't, so usually, that'll choose which one I'll bring in, whether I'm running suicides or not. Black Widow, Deadly Origin, I believe she was my first skill, rank 3. She is a very fun champ, doesn't have really much utility, but it was just the skills I had at the time and how much fun I had with playing her, just decided to rank her up. I think it was a week ago I took up CMM and Nick Fury. I just awakened Nick Fury in a Nexus, and I got Captain Marvel movie out of a Nexus for finishing 7.3, and they used a generic Awakening Gem and 50 generic stones. Super excited to have that duo, and even, within the last 2 weeks, I ranked up Ebony Maw strictly for defense, used a Mystic Stone on him, Gem, specifically for defense, but he is really fun to play, but that was strictly for defense. Warlock, amazing champ, full of utilities. Wasp, mostly just to bring with Ghost. She really deals lots of great damage. On her own, though, she just is very squishy, and you just can't really take block hits with her. Professor X, I've had lots of mutant rank 3s. He has probably one of the highest damage potentials in the game, but you really need to know how he works, use him a lot, and be really comfortable with how he works. His play style, while I can do it, isn't really that fun for me, so he doesn't get brought on the team too much. But I definitely know what he can do. Talked about Corvus before. Human Torch, pulled him probably about 6 months ago. Pretty sure I ranked him and Claire up at the same day as well. But I was running a rank 5 Torch for a long time and was very, very happy to be able to have a rank 3 one. War Machine, his pre-fights are great for other techs, but I just love how tanky he is with that armor up on his own. And just, yeah, he's a beast by himself. He doesn't really have that much utility, so I don't use him a whole lot, but he's there if I ever want to. Vision, probably the best power controller that you can get as a 6-star. Obviously, Magic does a great job, but she's as a 5-star. Depending on the situation, Vision is the best. Other situations, Magic is the best. And then you have Otto, Dr. Octopus, that is, who also is a great power controller. But I love Vision. I was very excited to take him up. Here we get to Kingpin, who is probably going to be my next rank 4. Just love the damage he can deal. With Hood on the team, who is also a very, very good champ. He can shrug any debuff in general, convert it into a rage, and then get that overpower buff, and he just feels so much fun to play. And there's different ways you can play him, but I just love the feel of him. I know what he can do. So yeah, he's probably going to be my next rank 4. Apocalypse, best mutant in the game, probably in my opinion. I don't use mags a whole lot, which a lot of other people would say he is. I just don't really like the parry heavy style super much for basically every matchup you bring him into. Hood is just very, very fun. Very, very fun. Just building up those mediums and then detonating it with the heavy is just so much fun. He's got the fate seals, so he can work for buff controlling. And yeah, I love playing him. And he's a great synergy partner for Kingpin. So moving on, Cable with the Apocalypse synergy has crazy degenerations with his heavy attack. He can do a lot of damage. I was super excited to take him up back in the day. Mole Man, recently got him duped, doesn't need the dupe. He's got, he's an evade counter, can do guaranteed crits, guaranteed bleeds, lots of damage and lots of utility. One of the best skill champs in the game. Archangel, the rank 3 to the rank 5 that I had before him. Just the extra damage he gets, the adrenaline healing you can get in war where it's important that you don't die. Just really glad to have him at rank 3. Killmonger, True Strike, lots of things in his kit that fits really well together. So, couldn't be happier to have him duped and sitting at rank 3. Shang-Chi, is him and Thing the only unduped ones so far? Yeah, you can see lots of silver stars. Shang-Chi doesn't need the dupe. I do have a skill awakening gem that I could use on him that I was going to use on Nick Fury, but then I awakened him naturally, so I'll either use it on Shang-Chi or just hold on to it maybe for good skill champs coming out in the future that have a good awaken ability. But yeah, the way he controls a fight, he has access to slow, access to unblockable, stunning on a 5-hit combo, and just a major critical hit, special 2 to finish off your opponent. Just really, really fun to play. I was so happy when I pulled him. Wanted to take him up to rank 3 as soon as possible. Dragon Man is sitting at R2, so we're not going to talk about him. With the changes to Path 9 AW, I figured it'd be a good idea to rank up Emma Frost. So she went from rank 1 to rank 3 just in the last month. Odin, since Cyber Weekend, he went up. Iceman with his immunities, I pulled from this current featured, and he's made it to a couple of wars for me. Love having him at rank 3. I would absolutely love for him to get awakened. Doesn't look like that's going to happen anytime soon, unfortunately, though. Red Hulk I've had at rank 3 for a while. He puts in work on the hazardous shift nodes, and watch his, I forget what you call them, but once he gets up to 10 charges, heat charges, that's what they're called, his burst damage is just really, really good. So his damage output is good. He has regeneration on his special too. But for me, I mostly just use the special one and the special 3. He's just a tank. He can take a lot of hits, and he can deal damage as well. Miles is at R2, as well as... Is that all my rank 3s? It looks like that. So, we have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. 33? I think we have 33 rank 3s. That's, of course, including the rank 4 Hercules, so I guess technically only 32. Now, Penny Parker will probably be my next rank 3 for Tech. Tiger will probably be my next rank 3 for Mystic. I'm obviously waiting for the new feature to see if I can pull Kitty or Null, because they'll probably go up first, but these two will definitely be going up in the future. Guardian will be soon too. Pulled him twice Cyber Weekend, so he'll definitely be going up at some point. Diablo's a good option for a Mystic rank up, just haven't pulled the trigger on him yet. Who else do we have here? Hulkbuster, I would love to take him up. He's a really fun champ that I would love to have at rank 3 someday. And yeah, that's basically it. So let's go to our rank 5s. I was trying to think. I've only ranked up a couple rank 5s in like the last year, because I've basically switched completely over to 6 stars. Hercules would be my last rank 5. Great to have for AQ when you're trying to use the 6 star somewhere else. And I finally pulled Hyperion from, I think it was a Cav, when I was popping Cavs, maybe for Hercules actually. So they would be my most recent rank 5s. I do remember my first 2 5 stars I remember were Blade and where is he? Void. Where'd Void go? Am I blind? There he is. So they were not my first 5-star pulls, but they were my first rank 5s. So we have Guillotine 99, Falcon, who I also have as a 6-star, CGR, Doctor Doom, CMM, Captain Marvel movie, Hercules, Namor, Sorcerer Supreme, Warlock, Mr. Fantastic, Blade, Morningstar, Spider-Man, Corvus, Aegon, who carried me through Labyrinth of Legends and Abyss of Legends. Even at a rank 5, he delivers so hard for what he's designed to do. Guardian Colossus, Quake, not the best Quaker, but I can do parry style okay. Definitely not the best Quaker out there. Stark Spidey, he's probably one of the more OGs too. He might want to have been one of my first 5. Ghost, learned her before the 6-star. Nick Fury, Captain America. Captain America carried hard too with that SIG 200 for Act 6 exploration. Domino, who's too RNG based for my liking. Void, who can just put in work. Magic puts in work. Dr. Voodoo's very fun. With you have an opponent with lots of buffs like Venom. Throw the SP1 and just watch them melt with the poison debuffs. Hyperion, power gain buffs, and Wolverine. Wolverine's just really fun with the Apocalypse synergy with the critical bleeds. He actually has damage to back up his healing. So let's go to the 5 stars I don't have. Can't be that many of them. Pulled Wolverine or Weapon X from gifting event, but unfortunately no 6-star. My most wanted would definitely have to be Anti-Venom for the Spider-Man 99 synergy. I might take him up to rank 5 like right away if I pulled him, but we'll see. Wow, there's more that I'm missing than I thought, but that's fine. I have a lot of these as 6 stars, so not a huge deal at all. Don't know much about Kraven. I've heard that he can do some things, but he's not like super good at one thing, so the utility that he brings to the table is a little more mediocre than maybe most. But yeah, obviously looking for Nolan Kitty Pryde as 6 stars. And yeah. So we can go to my story content. And here you can see all 100%. Go to Act 7, or Book 2 as Kabam likes to call it. All 100s, looking for that 4th chapter. Hopefully some juicy rewards for that. Let's go over to back issues. My Apple load. So you can see they're all classic because I finished the variant harder version first. And the only one I haven't 100 is the latest one. I'm working through it at the end of the month when I have nothing else to do. So let's switch these all over to variants. All 100% as you can see. So all permanent content is literally 100%. And I can just focus on war rank ups. And yeah, just waiting for Kabam to release something that is challenging for my skill and roster level. But yeah, I think that's going to do it. For those of you who have watched the whole way through, sorry about my voice. Thanks for sticking around. Yeah, I can't wait for the new war to start so I can start pumping out some more videos for you all. But I think that's going to do it for you here. If you're new, subscribe if you like what you see. Otherwise, comment, talk to me here. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for joining. See ya.